The finals just got its brand new 6.4 update, Protocol Overdrive. We'll go over all the details and changes there with that, as well as the World Tour rotations, and even the store update. That includes a few more dev mentionables and dev notes. Last up, of course, we do have our community mentionables and community feedback, as well as another giveaway, and a whole bunch more. What's up world, it's Utopia back in with another video. Today we're checking out all things the finals. Okay, so let's just jump right into patch 6.4. Of course, as always, we do have our opening statement from Oscar. He first went on here to talk about the World Tour event Protocol Overdrive, with back-to-back game show events that'll keep you on your toes, meteor showers and alien invasions hitting harder and faster than ever, no breaks, no breathers, just pure mayhem. That does include 4 new sets of arenas: Sis Horizon, Bernal, Kyoto, and Las Vegas Stadium. Jumping over, he does talk about the balance changes here, where we are seeing some slight changes to the CBO1 repeater and the minigun gets a buff. Jumping over, we have the patch notes side of things. The only changes here is they talk about week 2 of Bunny Bash being live, with a new circuit of event contracts for you to complete for some amazing rewards. With this update, that does include the brand new sets and store update, where first up they have the Night Munchies set, which is a fully fledged skin and bundle. They have the Arena Vision set, really like the coloring on this one, and then the Opulent Heavy bundle, which if you have the previous Opulent skins, you can flesh out your wardrobe and bundle skins there. Moving on, we do have the balance side of things here. First up, we have the CBO1 repeater, where that did get a slight change here. They increased the environmental damage from 8 to 18. They have a dev note with that here explaining why. Where they mentioned the previous environmental damage value, the repeater had a tough time destroying ziplines. This change should help address that. So literally just to combat with destroying ziplines. Nice change there, and really liking the quality of life fixes. The major change here, or at least the more major change of the patch notes here, is the M134 minigun. Well, they have done 2 changes here, where they decreased the bolt dispersion when standing still and moving. So focus firing has been changed by approximately 10%, making weapon more accurate, where that same change does apply to both moving and standing still. Again, the same amount here, the 10%. There was a dev note here explaining why they made that change. They said that they really like the spin-up time of the minigun that encourages players to adapt to a different playstyle, such as utilizing various shields to protect while sprinting up, or a proximity sensor to provide an early warning that gives time to spin up. Because of this, despite some feedback that the minigun is a little underpowered, they're reluctant to address that by reducing the spin-up time, making the gun more responsive, as that risks it simply turning into another LMG. And realistically, that is the point of the minigun. It does need that spin-up time. They're making adjustments to the weapon's accuracy, though, to make it slightly more effective at range. Performance-wise, their data is showing that the minigun performing somewhere in the middle of the pack, so they are happy with how it's behaving. Seems they don't want it too overpowered, as it does have 250 rounds. Comparative to all the other LMGs, that is quite a lot. They do feel like juggling and maintaining the spin-up state while moving is a little too easy right now, so they intend to review that and potentially change it later this season, as they really want the minigun to commit being prepared in how you play. They do mention, however, that if they make that change, it will come with some other tweaks to offset it. So they'll see exactly where they want to go with that and experiment as the season goes on. So some decent changes there, at least at the start. They really are trying to get the minigun to feel good. I know people really want environmental damage with the minigun. They feel it takes a little bit too long. However, I'm guessing that's mostly for server stability issues, or at least not making it too destructible if you fill a full team with miniguns. It might be a little bit too fast to take down a full building. Although that could be super fun and play onto the finals very well. We'll see what they do with that. I know that is part of a major contention point that people have with it, or at least the major feedback there is they want it to be a little bit more damage-wise and to the environment as well. That does cover for the 6.4.0 patch note side of things. With that, of course, we did have community feedback and notable mentionables there. This one just dropped a little bit ago, but this meme was just posted, "Where's my buff, Embark?" Yes, that is to the Moolah charm. Now, Oscar did mention that they would try to make that change back to what it was. Essentially, every time you got an elimination, the Moolah would do its audio effect. They have toned that back quite significantly. People really want that back with the charm. I'm hoping they do so. It seems like a quick and easy fix. And realistically, you can just use any other charm if you didn't like the noise or thought it was too frequent. Again, maybe they even add a section for charm noises to sound, so people can turn it off if they still wanted to use that charm. Really hoping they bring that one back. A lot of people love this charm, so they want that one back, or at least what it used to do with the effects. Again, I am hoping Embark does make that change. Maybe that was something they couldn't slip into this patch just yet. Hopefully we do see that in the coming weeks though. We did have a social update there. There's actually 2 of these. The first one is an official one. Or if you didn't see, they actually changed up and did the live stream yesterday instead of today. So because we didn't get an update, they actually did go ahead and do a live stream with Oscar. I'll include both the Twitch and the YouTube link if you do want to check out the live stream. As far as leaks go though, nothing was mentioned in there, at least from what I could see from all the clips, etc. And we didn't get really any more dev comments, so nothing too crazy on those side of things. However, there is one massive change here. This update does come from Oscar, And he said starting with this week and going forward, all updates will happen on Thursday rather than being split between Wednesday and Thursday. So that means store updates, client releases, world tour stops, the circuits, limited time game modes will now all happen once together on Thursday. And that'll be at roughly 5 a.m. my time or CST. Usually always why I'm a bit late to cover those updates, as it is a bit early my time. But yeah, from now on, all the updates will coincide and all come together on Thursday instead of splitting them between Wednesday and Thursday. I'll still try to put out 2 videos a week for the finals as I can, maybe even more so in the future, and I'll try to mix that up a bit. That'll give me a bit more spacer there and have more community updates in between. Speaking of social updates, there is a community-run event that is doing a collaboration. Now, this isn't an officially licensed collaboration, but they are calling this one Team Finals 2. So it is essentially TF2 and the finals. They're going to have 9 different classes to choose from with assigned loadouts. It's going to be a creator event happening on Saturday, April 19th. That'll be at 1 p.m. Eastern Time or 12 p.m. CST. Again, I'll link down below to all the socials here at this post, but it is by Gary the Music Man. Seems like that's where it's going to be hosted on, and you can check all that stuff out there. Now that we're on to some community mentionables, we do have this one here. Now, I covered this post a long time ago. This was by Futaba Kigu over on the subreddit, who essentially was working on a finals cosplay. This helmet they have here is absolutely insane and super highly detailed. As I mentioned back then, I was very jealous of this one. They've now put together part of the cosplay here, so they did another update where they have fully programmed the mask, and they now have some prop for the firearm. They're also getting the materials to make the cloak and the Namatama backpiece with a strawberry brooch. They do mention that there isn't a maid outfit in the finals just yet, but of course they're asking Embark to put that in. They just utilized that for the cosplay here. Still a really cool one there. Again, if you want to check that out or keep up with any of their updates, they probably will post to this subreddit and also through their subreddit username. So you can check all that stuff out there. Again, I will link to all that stuff down below. There is one more community mentionable here. This pertains to the Game Pass rewards. And it seems like after their subscription ran out, they actually did get their skins and XP boost taken away. Now, the XP boost you actually do lose if you're no longer subscribed to Game Pass, but they should have been able to keep their skins. Other people said they were able to keep their skins, so that is quite weird there. I don't know if it's a certain bug. They did contact support, and that's what I would recommend doing. Although, weirdly, the support here in the support message they got back says that they will lose access to the XP boost and the Striker grid set. Those are essentially free trial perks that the players will lose once their Game Pass subscription ends. From what I was aware, you did actually, or were supposed to keep the Striker grid set. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Again, Embark actually did provide me the set for free, so I don't actually know how that's going to play out for people that have Game Pass. This person here says that their Game Pass stuff expired and they still have the set. Although they mention if they log into the Xbox app without Game Pass, it might actually remove it. Not exactly sure what's going on there. I do know that Overwatch 2, as mentioned in this comment, actually has a borrowed set too as well. Hopefully Embark can clarify that, let people know if they actually do or are able to keep the skins or if these are trial skins. Again, hopefully they can address that sometime soon. Moving on here to my last 2 community mentionables. These are from my community though. This first one is I'm going to be running a bunch of giveaways, which are for $10 multi-bucks codes. I do have 5 of them to give away, and I'll probably also throw my own giveaway in there where I'll buy any bundle, or do my any bundle giveaways again. I'll throw up 2 today, so if you want to check those out, head to my Discord and go to the giveaways channel, where you can enter in just by clicking a single button. Moving on, we do have that last bit of mentionables, which is from my community and the Star Models page. We have this first feature here from Leviathan, and he has 3 sets to show off here, which essentially mirrors some of the sponsors here. Do believe we have Holto, Disun, and Spoos. Really cool matchup here, liking these outfits overall. Next up, we have one here from Grim is Nice, calling this one the backup system. He threw this one in the finals runway comp 2. Really like this one. It is very unique, especially with the helmet and even the beard. I like how the helmet mirrors the beard really well here. It looks super cool. Again, just a very unique one. Really never seen anything like this before. Overall, that's about covered for today's video. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, and until the next one. Deuces.